Hi, and welcome to That's Ruddy Mysterious, a podcast of short tales about true mysteries. What happened to the Flannan Isles Lightkeepers? Who was responsible for the Gardner Museum heist? I'm not going to solve those mysteries, but they'll be interesting to learn about. I'm your host, Kelly with an I. Transcripts for all episodes can be found at that'sruddymysterious.wordpress.com. No apostrophe and no exclamation point. Today's tale is about the lost city of Kalahari. In 1885, Guillermo Farini, aka William Leonard Hunt, aka the Great Farini, became one of the first Westerners to cross the unexplored area of the Kalahari Desert. He found something truly spectacular. He wrote about the rock formations he found, which he believed to be man-made ruins of unknown buildings, in a book he published about his trip. He wrote, "A half-buried ruin, a huge wreck of stones. On a lone and desolate spot, a temple or a tomb for human bones, left by man to decay and rot. Rude sculptured blocks from the red sand project and shapeless uncouth stones appear. Some great man's ashes designed to protect, buried many 1,000 year. A relic may be of a glorious past, a city once grand and sublime, destroyed by earthquake, defaced by the blast, swept away by the hand of time." William Leonard Hunt was born in Lockport, New York on January 10, 1838. He moved to Canada in 1843 with his family, living in different places throughout the country. Hunt sneaked into a circus as a child and became fascinated with the acts. It was at that time that he formed a real love for show business. On October 1, 1859, Hunt undertook his first professional high-wire performance, dubbing himself Signor Farini. He undertook his most famous tightrope performance in 1860 when he walked over Niagara Falls. On August 8, 1864, the Great Farini truly defied death, falling from the tightrope over Niagara Falls. He made it to Robinson Island, where he was rescued. That would be his last attempt to cross Niagara Falls on a tightrope. During the American Civil War, Farini joined and fought with the Union Army. In 1866, Farini began performing with his son in London, and in 1869 he ended his career, fearing that if he continued he may be seriously injured. In the 1880s, Farini allegedly became the first white man to survive crossing the Kalahari Desert. He had with him his adopted son Lulu, who made sketches and took photographs of what they discovered, and a team of others. Farini returned to England in August of 1885 with plant and human samples. In 1886, he published a book about the ruined city he found. In 1886, Farini returned to show business. He died on January 17, 1929, and his papers, artifacts, and photos became part of the Collection of Archives of Ontario. The National Archives UK still has the collection of Lulu's photographs, and they are available for viewing online. The Kalahari Desert is a large, semi-arid, sandy savanna. It's actually more of a semi-desert than a desert. This desert is located in South Africa. It's 250,000 square miles, or 900,000 square kilometers. The Kalahari Desert covers a lot of Botswana and parts of Namibia and South Africa. Fossils from the area show that it wasn't always a dry area. The fossils show that the area used to be much wetter and cooler between 30,000 and 11,000 years BP, or before present time. Before present time is dated to January 1, 1950, which is when radiocarbon dating began. The Kalahari Desert gets enough precipitation to support wildlife and is actually a good grazing area after rains. Its dry season, however, lasts for 8 months or more a year. What Farini and his team found in the Kalahari Desert started a legend throughout South Africa. Some people began seeing an abandoned boat or a stone quarry in the desert. Other people compared the find to the archaeological find at the Great Zimbabwe Dig. Great Zimbabwe is a medieval city in the southeast hills of current-day Zimbabwe. It's near Lake Mitirque and Masvingo, and is thought to have been the capital of a great kingdom during the Late Iron Age. Since Farini found the city and reported his findings in his book, over 30 expeditions have been sent to the Kalahari Desert to find the lost city. So far, no lost city has been found. Farini's notes weren't very detailed regarding the location of the city. In 1964, explorer and academic A.J. Clement retraced what he believes was Farini's actual route. He doesn't believe Farini actually went to where he claims to have found the city. When Clement retraced Farini's route, he didn't find the remains of a human settlement. He did, however, find unusual rock formations made of dolerite. Dolerite is a medium-grained, intrusive igneous rock. It contains randomly oriented crystals and is anywhere from green to dark gray in color. It's formed by quickly cooling magma and is rich in both iron and magnesium. Dolerite often occurs in dikes or geological formations where molten rocks cut through older rocks to create wall-like structures. The surrounding rock is not as hard and erodes, leaving behind the dolerite dikes. To the untrained eye, these dikes can look like man-made walls. Clement believes that Farini found these unusual dolerite formations and mistook them for man-made structures. Clement thinks that the area is too arid to have been the site of any sort of civilization for the last 15,000 years. A 2013 search was done through the Marcahosi project, which uses Google Maps to look for anomalies. The search was done to look for any anomalies in the area that could be walls. It was the most high-tech search done to date, and it found nothing that was definitively from the lost city. In 2016, an expedition was launched by the Travel Channel's Destination Unknown. They used aerial surveys and radar to search the desert for the lost city. Once again, nothing definitive turned up. What did the Great Farini find in the Kalahari Desert? Is there really a lost city out there? Are the formations just naturally occurring dolerite dikes? Is the climate too dry to have supported life in the area? Fossils show that at one point the area may have been humid enough to support life. Did someone live there back then? What do you think? If you're listening on Spotify, scroll down and let me know what you think. Thanks for listening to today's episode of That's Ready Mysterious. I'm your host, Kelly with an I. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a review and follow That's Ready Mysterious to be updated about new episodes. Tune in next Tuesday for another thought-provoking tale.